You know, the worst part about this new setup of mine is that I've decided to put a clock there for some reason, right there, and now you can see how late I'm recording these videos. So at this time, when people are usually like unwinding, are probably already asleep if we're being honest, I'm here to talk about ice cream. Also, whilst we're on that note, if you're interested, we did actually upload a video on the Callum and Emily channel, which is linked in the description down below, of us changing this whole office room, upgrading it, not just the stuff that you can see in the background, but basically the whole room. So if you're interested in seeing the process of that, that's on that channel. Also, we've been uploading a lot more frequently on there. We actually just uploaded a video showing how we have made like a home gym as well. So if you're interested in that, it's linked down below. Now, for this situation to make sense, there's a couple of people you need to be aware of. The first one being Sarah Frank, a TikToker of about 150,000 followers. And also a store that you need to be aware of here is Melt Homemade Ice Cream in Salem, Massachusetts. I am having to show you their website here because if we go on their Instagram page, you can actually see it says, sorry, this page isn't available. I'm assuming due to this situation, but I could be wrong. And it all actually started a few days ago when Sarah uploaded a video which has some text on screen that says, but apparently a refund is against store policy. Shout out Melt Ice Cream in Salem. And then when we play the video, you'll see that Sarah actually found a pretty long hair in her ice cream. Yeah, so it has got music in the background that I think might be copyrighted, but yeah, I mean, look, you can see she's pulling out, again, a very long hair out of her ice cream. Now, unfortunately, this does happen. I'm sure a lot of people have seen hair in their food, which it's obviously disgusting, right? But I think the big reason why this became such a big situation is actually the store's response to the whole situation. So Sarah went on to upload an update video, kind of goes through the situation. She says that once she found out that there was a hair in her ice cream, she actually tried ringing the store multiple times, couldn't get through to anyone.
Guys, oh my God. I actually cannot believe her reaction. Let me just show you. So this happened on Tuesday, and after getting the ice cream, we had walked away. You can see the video is filmed in the car because I was sitting in the car, and I saw the hair. My first thought was, oh my God, let me just call the store. I called them 5 times, and their voicemail is basically something to the effect of, sorry, we're helping somebody or we're closed. We don't check our voicemails. Call us again another time. And I was just so disgusted that I was like, let me just go back in person and just ask for a refund.
So she does. Sarah goes back to the store. She tries to ask for a refund. Basically, the staff said that they can't give her a refund, and what she has to do is actually email the owner.
And I was worried that this was going to go downhill, so I did record it. I don't feel the need to show the video. It's basically just me asking, can I get a refund? There's hair in my ice cream. And he was like, no, you'll have to contact the owner. And I was like, okay, could I have her email? So right then and there, as soon as I got back into the car, I wrote her an email. And I wrote it really fast, so there is a typo in it. And I feel really bad. I did initially misspell her name, so I sent a follow-up email being like, I'm sorry, I misspelled your name because that's, not okay.
Okay, so let's give this email a read. So it says, hi Brittany, I was writing a 5-star review for Melt as I was eating my Oreo ice cream because it was delicious, but then I got to a piece of hair. It was buried deep in the ice cream, and once I pulled to get it out, it just kept going. I came back in to ask for a refund and was told he couldn't process it there, but I could have another scoop, which I no longer want for obvious reasons. Hoping to have our whole order refund, as I no longer want the sticker or postcard, which I returned, to remember the ice cream buy, and my partner stopped eating his food for safety reasons. Hope you were able to process this for us, thanks. To which Brittany, the owner, does end up responding and says, I did see a review the other night and touch base with my staff. I'm very sorry to hear that you found a hair in your ice cream. That's not a surprise anyone wants in their food. The staff all wear hats and hair nets at all times. This is something that comes up quite a lot in the comment section, but it can unfortunately happen this time of year with having so many people in the store. We are always happy to provide another ice cream, even in a different flavour or type of treat when there is an issue, which it sounds like my staff offered you. We do not provide refunds as store policy. Now, I was going to show this bit a little bit later on, but I guess it makes sense to show this now. So in the comment section, a lot of people are responding specifically to the part where they mention that the staff wear hair nets or hats at all times to try and prevent this. And people actually went over to Melt's TikTok account, I believe, and maybe their Instagram, and just looked at some videos and pictures taken from in the store. And in these videos and pictures, there are clearly a lot of people, as we can see here, not wearing either hair nets or hats. This guy actually does have a hat on in the background. Another picture here showing the same again. And then again, another picture here showing the same again. So basically, there are a lot of people in the comment section saying that this is untrue. Sarah then goes on and responds and says, I think having hair in my food should warrant a refund, even if your store policy does not have stipulation for that. While it was not his hair, it's also worth noting that the employee present at the time did not have a hairnet on. I think it's pretty clear why I did not want any more ice cream from Melt, so that is not a sufficient solution in place of a refund. Please process the refund as soon as possible, thanks. Now it's at this point where things get a little bit more serious, and I think specifically it's this point where a lot of people really did turn against Melt the ice cream store. Because Brittany actually replied saying, "This is a lot of drama over a $6 scoop of ice cream. I'm asking you nicely to please stop having your friends review bomb us or I will contact my lawyer for slander." Okay, so now we're getting into legal territory, right? Brittany is saying that she's basically going to sue Sarah for posting this review, or I guess asking people to post reviews, to which Sarah says that she never asked anyone to post a review. And obviously for slander, it has to be true, and at this point all Sarah had posted was a video pulling a hair out of her ice cream. So unless the claim is that the hair wasn't in the ice cream and maybe Sarah put it in there to take the video, I'm not really sure where the slander stuff comes into it.
Let it be known, I didn't ask anybody to leave a review. I posted a video. Some of you went and left a review on your own accord. I never asked a single person to leave a review. I didn't even ask my boyfriend, who was with me, to leave a review. And this part, I was like, "Ooh, girl." So here's what I said.
Okay, so Sarah says, "I didn't ask anyone to leave reviews. I just posted on social media about my experience after being denied a refund upon polite request. It's only $18 and should be easy for you to refund, regardless of what your store policy is. There was a hair in my food, making it unsafe to eat, and thus not what I paid for. I am once again asking you to please refund me, thanks." And you can kind of see where this conversation's going, right? Sarah's saying that she wants a refund, Brittany's saying, "Nope, you're not getting a refund," and that's basically what this next message says as well. "And I politely declined your request. Honestly, had you just emailed me, I would have given you a refund, but you chose to first be malicious and post not one but two nasty reviews first, lied about my staff member who was indeed wearing a hat, I checked the security footage, and then got your friends to review bomb us over a scoop of ice cream. Since I've been accused of being rude, I might as well be. You are delusional if you think anyone would give in to you after all that. I'm blocking you now. You are not welcome in my store, and any further slander of my business will result in legal action." Okay, so a few things to note here. Sarah says that she uploaded that video a few days after it actually happened to see if there would be a resolution. That's what Sarah's claiming. Obviously, I don't know that for a fact. Also, we have Brittany here saying that the staff was actually wearing a hat at the time. It might be true. Obviously, people have posted pictures of other times where people weren't wearing like hats or hairnets, but obviously who knows in this situation? I guess only Brittany and Sarah know. And I mean, yeah, obviously it's became a much more serious situation with like legal threats and saying that she's banned from the store and all this stuff. Sarah then ends up replying, basically saying that she tried calling the store a bunch of times before leaving a review on Yelp. Again, says that she didn't ask anyone to leave a review. She also then sends the definition of slander, and then goes on further to say, "I hate to take this further, but we'll report your unsafe food practices to the state. I'm guessing my money is worth more than your reputation, but this is your last chance to refund my money, and no worries about banning me from your store. I have absolutely no intention of ever consuming your hair milk ice cream ever again." And I believe this is the last time there was ever direct contact between Sarah and Brittany. We do actually have a public response from the store a little bit later on. But Sarah does go on to end this video by saying that she's made multiple videos regarding ice cream on her page, and this is the first time she had like a negative experience, so this isn't like a common thing.
I post actually a lot about ice cream. I recently posted about my favorite ice cream places in Rhode Island and Massachusetts. Like, my bit is places I go in New England. So this is just kind of funny because I've never posted a negative video in this, category of content before. But I think the video speaks for itself.
Now, Sarah did go on to upload another video where she kind of goes through some updates. There's no like direct conversation between Brittany or Sarah. Like I said, I believe that was the last time they actually spoke. But mainly in this video, Sarah goes on to show that other people have had negative experiences with this store.
First is that somebody sent me this Yelp review from a year ago where they also found hair in their ice cream and also were only offered more ice cream.
Sarah also goes on to say that a former employee at Melt Ice Cream apparently reached out to Sarah and said that Brittany wasn't a great boss. And again, I do just want to clarify here that I don't know this for a fact. This is obviously what Sarah is saying.
I had a couple former employees reach out to me and basically tell me that Brittany, the owner, not a great owner, not a great manager. And she told her employees, if anybody asks for a refund, have them email her. It is not the employee's fault that he could not give me a refund. I honestly felt so bad for this guy. He was busy, and so it's no wonder he didn't answer the phone. Like, totally fine. It is not the employee's fault. Like, let's leave the employees alone. Let's leave them out of this. It is not their fault that their boss was super mean and has this weird policy.
And then finally, Sarah goes on to show a Reddit post where someone who claims that they actually used to work at the store had a few things to say. Now, this is an older Reddit post, so this isn't to do with this situation specifically, but just to do with this store. And it says, I work with 2 of the 3 owners. I was there before I got sold to the third. The third being Brittany, I believe, in this case. First owner was great, still talk to her today and think of her like family. Second owner started changing recipes and treating employees differently and drove away 90% of the original staff. Now, I haven't worked with the third lady, but I've been twice since she bought it. Both times employees were complaining about their boss working there and how much they hated the ice cream. I asked if the recipes are different, they said yes, and that the new owner was changing almost every recipe. Now, to the best of my knowledge, the only public response that Melt Ice Cream have actually made towards this whole situation is actually over on their Facebook page. Like I said, the Instagram page doesn't seem to exist anymore, or at least I can't find it. I mean, the Instagram page that is linked on their website definitely doesn't exist anymore. I'm just saying, I don't know if they have another one now, I'm not sure. But they have made this Facebook post, and it says, getting your social media followers to review, bomb, and cyberbully a small business they have never been to because you were caught lying and told no is sad. We donated the amount of the refund they demanded after their bad behaviour to CyberSmile instead. They are an organisation that works to prevent cyberbullying. Hashtag think before you post. If you love us and have a minute to post a Yelp review to help drown out the hate, we would sincerely appreciate it. And an @CyberSmile Foundation. And as we can see here, there's a screenshot of a donation for $21. So obviously they're saying Sarah is lying and that she was caught lying. I assume that's regarding like the hairnet or the hat. I don't think they're claiming that the hair wasn't actually in the ice cream. I haven't seen them say that. That would be a wild claim, wouldn't it? And I think it's fair to say the comment section on his Facebook post isn't exactly in favour of the ice cream store. There's a lot of comments like this one saying they were lying when you respond in an email saying it's normal, it's crazy work. Hair in the ice cream is on you. As much as I don't condone review bombing, the customer did not tell anyone to leave negative reviews. Unfortunately, we all know we can't control anyone but ourselves. That being said, this entire situation could have been avoided had you or your employees just done the proper thing. I've worked in many food establishments. If any of my bosses found out I refused a refund after a customer found a hair in their food, I would have been in big trouble. The only thing more costly than a refund is negative PR. Taking accountability is not hard. In quotation marks, caught lying, that hair got pulled out deep from inside the ice cream. That didn't just get placed on top, that got swirled and mixed in. Congrats on tanking your business over $20. Make sure to tidy up for the next business that takes over when you inevitably shut down. And then again, a bunch of people leaving comments like this one saying looking for the hat, and they've posted screenshots of a member of staff who's not wearing a hat or a hairnet. Now, with that all being said, I would love to know your opinions in the comment section down below on what you think should have been done differently, who do you think's in the right, who do you think's in the wrong, all that stuff. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'm going to leave the video there. So if you did enjoy, please leave a like down below, subscribe if you are new. Also, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you're interested in some other content, the Calum and Emily channel is linked in the description down below. We've recently posted videos showing some changes to the house, like this office for example, also like the home gym like I mentioned earlier. If you're interested in that, it's linked down below. And yeah, until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, goodbye.